Thurston reveals next steps in breast cancer fight. Bachelorette Thurston has been sharing her breast cancer journey with fans. She shared the diagnosis, and now all the steps she's going through as they determine the stage and treatment plan. She has been in Los Angeles with her fiancé Jeff Arcuri getting further diagnostics done. Now, she's sharing more news after several tests and meeting with doctors. What did she have to say? Keep reading to find out all the details. Thurston shares plans to fight cancer. Bachelorette Thurston is revealing what doctors have told her in regard to her breast cancer diagnosis. All week she has been undergoing testing in Los Angeles to determine if her cancer has spread and how they should go about treatment. She has undergone a nuclear bone scan, CT scan, and another biopsy as well as other testing. Katie shared that as they suspected the cancer is in her lymph nodes. She also revealed that the cancer has not metastasized other than to the lymph nodes. She has a few more appointments in Los Angeles, then will be moving to New York City with Jeff on March 1. The current plan that she will be doing for treatment will be to first get with fertility experts for egg retrieval. Following that, she will undergo chemotherapy, and then finally she will have a mastectomy. She said, 2 more appointments left in LA before officially moving to NYC March 1st. The anticipated order of things is fertility, egg/embryo freezing, chemo, then surgery. More about her cancer diagnosis. Thurston has also revealed previously that her breast cancer is hormone positive. She clarified this means that her cancer feeds off of hormones. Due to this, she had to immediately stop her birth control pills. Katie has been doing research on breast cancer and especially invasive ductal carcinoma. She has no history of breast cancer in her family and even tested negative for the BRCA gene. Her discovery originally began with finding a lump. It was painful at times, so she thought maybe it was PMS symptoms or something minor. She read that breast cancer doesn't hurt. After it didn't subside or go away, she decided to get checked. After an ultrasound of her breast, she went for a mammogram. Following that, the biopsies were taken and sent in to confirm she has cancer. Katie is only 34 years old. At the end of Katie's update, she said, "I'm so thankful for my family, friends, and community here for helping me make it to my current stage, sick of mind. Today I feel calm, less scared, and ready." She also shared recently that Jeff has postponed his comedy shows in order to be by her side and offer his support for his bride-to-be. What do you think about Katie's latest update? Stay tuned for more updates on Katie and all your Bachelor Nation favorites. Jamie is a nurse and a mom of boys whose true passion is writing. She loves reality, cooking, and paranormal TV. Jamie has been writing online for several years. Thurston reveals next steps in breast cancer fight. The air was thick with anticipation as Thurston sat on the edge of her bed, her fingers nervously tracing the outline of the envelope. The decision she was about to make would not only impact her life, but also define the narrative she would share with the world. After months of uncertainty, private battles, and a lot of strength she didn't know she had, Katie was about to take a brave, public step in a fight she never imagined she'd have to face. At just 31 years old, Thurston, best known for her role as the Bachelorette, was diagnosed with breast cancer. The news came in like a thunderclap, shattering the silence of her usual calm. But if there was one thing Katie had always prided herself on, it was her resilience. Now it would be put to the test. Katie's path had never been ordinary. From her time on The Bachelor to her incredible run as the Bachelorette, she'd been celebrated for her candor, humor, and unapologetic individuality. As the cameras followed her journey, she bared her soul to the world, sometimes bringing tears, other times laughter, but always offering a raw glimpse into her life. This new chapter, however, would be different. It wouldn't just be about finding love. It would be about finding hope in the face of adversity. The diagnosis: Katie had always prided herself on staying ahead of her health. She exercised regularly, ate clean, and made sure to get regular checkups. But one morning, she felt a lump. It was small but noticeable, and her instinct told her to act. She made an appointment, hoping it was nothing serious. After all, she was young and healthy, and had no history of breast cancer. 2 days later, the biopsy had confirmed what no one had expected. Katie had breast cancer. The news was a blow, one that she never thought she'd face at this point in her life. Her mind spun. The shock, the fear, and the overwhelming uncertainty took over. She had been a public figure for so long, and now her most personal battle would be shared with the world. But as she sat with the diagnosis, something remarkable happened. The same courage that had seen her through every challenge in her life began to resurface. She had always been an advocate for mental health, encouraging her followers to be kind to themselves and seek help when needed. Now, she would have to live those words, using them to guide her through this next battle. Telling the world. The decision to go public with her diagnosis was not easy. Katie knew that her followers, many of whom had been with her since her time on The Bachelor, would be devastated to hear such news. She thought about her fans, her family, and her friends. How would they react? How would she navigate this next chapter of her life under the public microscope? But Katie had always believed in transparency. She had been open about her struggles with anxiety, her journey through love, and her personal growth. She didn't want to hide this part of her life. So, after much contemplation, she made the decision to share her diagnosis. In a heartfelt post on Instagram, Katie wrote, "This is a difficult post for me to write, but I feel it's important to share. Recently, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. This is a tough journey, but I'm facing it head-on. I'm sharing this with you not for sympathy, but to spread awareness. If you notice something, listen to your body. And never, ever be afraid to speak up. I'll be sharing more soon on how I plan to fight this. Thank you for all the love and support. It means the world to me." The post went viral, with thousands of messages flooding in from fans, friends, and even some of her former co-stars. The love and support were overwhelming. Katie, who had always used her platform for positivity and mental health advocacy, now found herself embracing her role as a voice for those going through similar struggles. The road ahead. Katie's treatment plan was a complex one, with a mix of chemotherapy, surgery, and radiation. After extensive consultations with her medical team, she decided to start with chemotherapy, followed by surgery. The goal was to shrink the tumor as much as possible before undergoing a mastectomy. The thought of chemotherapy was terrifying, but Katie knew that it was the first step in regaining control of her life. "I was scared at first," Katie shared in a recent interview. "But I realized something. Facing cancer head-on is the best way to take back the power it tried to steal from me." Katie's commitment to remaining positive throughout her treatment was truly inspiring. She began to document her journey more intimately, sharing every step with her followers. From her first day of chemotherapy to her fears and triumphs, Katie allowed her fans to walk beside her in her fight. Despite the draining effects of chemo, Katie was determined to maintain some sense of normalcy. She continued working on her podcast, connecting with fans through social media, and even participating in virtual charity events. It wasn't easy, but she found strength in the connections she made and the stories others shared with her. One moment that stood out was when Katie shaved her head. It was something she had dreaded since her diagnosis. She had always had long, beautiful hair, and the idea of losing it was deeply emotional. But instead of letting the hair loss define her, she chose to take control of the situation. In a tear-filled Instagram video, she sat in front of her mirror, clippers in hand, and began the process of shaving her head. "It's just hair, but it's a symbol," Katie wrote alongside the video. "A symbol of strength, courage, and a reminder that I'm fighting for my life. And nothing is stronger than that." The outpouring of support was incredible. Fans from all over the world sent messages of admiration for Katie's courage and strength. Many of them shared their own stories of cancer battles, and some expressed how Katie's vulnerability gave them the strength to keep fighting.